Wasabi party people, thanks for joining me today. It's been a little bit. I'm on my way back through town from shooting fall nationals at the NMLRA. Had to drop off this buggy and my trailer, and I kind of prepared for doing so. Brought this along so I could hop off here, do this little load test, get some mowing done, get back home. My plan is to shoot a 2-day 1,000-yard F-class match this weekend, and so I wanted to try to do a little quick test here. I haven't shot this since I've cleaned this out with the Thorroclean, and the last time I was having pressure problems. I got a lot of comments saying, hey, carbon ring, carbon ring. I was like, shit, maybe I got a carbon ring. So I got the Thorroclean. I'll put a link to that video in the description below. Did a fantastic job, cleaned this thing up. We're gonna get it fouled up today and do a little test. What I wanted to do in the last run, I wanted to shoot this 107 Sierra, this 105 hybrid, and this 105 VLD. And unfortunately, I didn't get very far due to everything showing signs of pressure. And I'm like, damn it, something's wrong. Well, I figured out what it was. I don't think it's the carbon ring. It may have had a slight something to do with it, but I got an email, the last set of alpha brass I got an email from the owner or someone that works there and says, here's the specs. If you have an amp annealer, it's this setting. If you here's the overall length, then here's blah, blah, blah. Okay, a few videos ago, I think I told you all, I said, yeah, I got that set of bushing dies and I just put the middle bushing in. And so I went back and I was like, man, why didn't I have signs of pressure before? Shooting virgin brass, just dechamfered and deburred. And then the other set of virgin brass, the set I also shot for the last F-class match, I'd run it through the sizer. I think I had too much neck tension. So we're gonna find that out today. I put a different bushing in the die and I said, I still got this sizer ball that pulls through there. It's a Forster die set, but I got lazy and I was trying to save time. And I've never really used a pull-through sizer ball, so to speak, with confidence. And I had a 3 thou mandrel, so I resized these and then ran them with a 3 thou mandrel. And so that's the neck tension on these as recommended by Alpha Brass. I have some 30 grain Varget with the 107 Sierras. This powder today is all Varget. We're gonna get warmed up with 30 grain, and then I bounced into 31.3, 31.1, 30.9. Then we hopped into 105 hybrid. Start with 31.6, 31.4, 31.2, and then I did the same for the VLD, and then I got some 109 hybrids. I'm just going to shoot just to confirm I've got a little higher load on these 109s. Again, thank you to Tim at Little Crow Gunworks. I couldn't get Gordon's reloading tools on my Mac, but I downloaded it on my work computer. And I said, man, if you want to kill some time and get in the weeds on some shit, get Gordon's reloading tools. I realized that, dude, I was way overpressured, obviously, but I was able to load some of these based upon some of the research I did on that. Everything's 20 thou more or less off the lands except for this VLD. It's about 10 thou off the lands. So we're gonna get this warmed up and get to shooting. We're at 170 yards shooting the groups today. These are gonna be 3-shot groups, not like, just didn't have a whole lot of time. Wind is at my back, kind of come on over my left shoulder. I'm just more so curious, how these shoot, these different options, but also wanted to test to make sure that I wasn't getting pressure, and I hopefully figured out what was going on. See if my theory was correct in that. Don't have my chronograph today. I just had too much going on loading up for nationals, and had my son with me too, and getting groceries for two, and just had too much going on, so I couldn't remember everything. Unless it's sitting in my back seat of my truck somewhere under the mess. Actually, I'm gonna go check. No, it wasn't in there that I could find. Must be at home somewhere. This is the 31.3. Looky there, no signs of pressure. That one did have a heavy bolt lift. This is the 31.3 of Varga. A little shine on the brass. The 31.3 with this 107 is probably a little too hot, maybe. This is right on the line on Gordon's reloading tools. I took it 2/10 down from max. But it's interesting when you're messing with temperatures. It's probably 85 today. I think I had it set at 70 when I was messing with that. You know, it's one of those things that Tim brings up, you know, temperature does make a difference, and something to pay attention to and look out for, especially loading for this match. It's supposed to be in the 90s, so going further off of that, you know, is probably a good idea. Yeah, that had a heavy bolt lift too. You know, just a little bit shine on the brass, but the bolt lift's heavy. So 31.3, let's give that a hoot here. That too had a little kind of a heavy bolt lift. No real signs on the brass. Just feels a little weird. Well, let's go down and have a peek. All right, there's my cold bore with the 30 grains of Varga, the 107 Sierra, and then the next three. That was the 31.3, and that was the 31.1 at 170 yards. I'm going to do a little NMLRA video. Just didn't get a whole lot of footage. Wanted to get some before I took off, but was in a hurry. So it may not be the greatest, but we'll do one nevertheless. This is 30.9 grains of Varga with the 107 Sierra. So the next hard dot over. Pretty good group. Had a little wobble on that last shot, but it seemed to turn out okay. Next up is the 105 hybrid. I'll shoot these three and we'll take a break and go take a peek. This is 31.6. Again, I went max and then 2/10 off of that for these loads. In the past, I started at 32 grains and went up with this 105. It never grouped very well. Had signs of pressure. That's why. 31/8 high on this. Didn't shoot very well at nationals. Shot sporting clays, black powder sporting clays, and then a offhand pistol, both of which weren't great. Just haven't practiced a whole lot with either. Good group. Let's go down and have a peek. That's the 30.9 of Varga and the 107 Sierra. This is the 105 grain hybrid with 31.6, I think it was. 3-shot group, but by golly, that's pretty darn good compared to the rest. Don't you think? So I didn't shoot well at nationals, but by golly, I had a good time. I got to spend time with my dad, my uncle, and my son. My wife and daughter came on Saturday. It was my birthday Sunday. 51 trips around the sun I made, miraculously. This is 31.4. Problem with this 105 is I don't have enough to load for the match, even if it shoots really well today. Probably be the 109, but out of curiosity's sake, for science. Tomorrow will be a week since Kirk got murdered and assassinated. Fucking tragic. Fucking tragic. My son, I don't think he's that political. I mean, he's a brilliant kid. He's very observant too. And I wouldn't think he'd follow such a thing. Although a kid his age at 18, I'm sure it's all over whatever platforms he gets on. But he's like, you know, Dad, we'll probably see a civil war in this country in my lifetime. And I looked at him, I'm like, probably fucking right. You're probably right, unfortunately. All right, this is the 31.4, bottom left. Still 31.2. So I just shot the 31.4. This is 31.2, 105 hybrid. Let's go down and have a peek. We'll get on the VLDs next. 31.4 and the 31.2. Getting the VLDs, I need to add some more dots. I did win a gold, and my son did win a silver in a pistol. They didn't mark the box. I don't know what match it was that we went on. I was pretty proud of the boy for that. I think he was too. It's good to see. Trying to raise him right, you know. This world's so fucked up. So fucked up. The VLD 31.6. Again, these are about 10 thou off the lands versus 20. Got a heavy bolt lift. 31.6 may be too much sauce for these 105s. I didn't shoot Spring Nationals this year. I accidentally scheduled a family vacation over Spring Nationals. Didn't mean to. All right, I just shot the 136. Yeah, 136 of the VLD. Looks like a one hole. A real tight group. This is the 31.3. This VLD may be the ticket, y'all. Problem is, I don't have many of those either. But for future reference, you know. Seems to be shooting better in the hybrid thus far. Today. That second shot was low out of the group. No, not a very good group in comparison to the last load. Getting pretty miragey. Barrel is warm. Ah, shit, I broke that one early. Huh, turned out well. Let's go down and I'll have a look, y'all. So we went on those again. That was 31.6, 31.3, 31. We got some 109s here. Okay, 31.6, 31.3, 31 of the VLD and Varga. Not bad, but I mean that's pretty nice, but kind of had a sticky bolt, you know, probably maybe too hot for it. At the flea market there, I did pick up a new target for my birthday. We'll give it a test today, see if it's AR 500. They said it was. Never know what you're gonna get at the flea market. We'll break that in proper today. Got a couple bullets I saved for that 107 Sierra left that we'll shoot at it. On the bottom row, we're gonna do the 109s. This is more out of curiosity with this 109. In the past, I'd shot it 31 and below, and then jumped up to like 32. I never got right above the 31, so I'm curious how it will do. We got 31.2, 31, and 30.8. Well, I'll probably shoot 30.6 or something. I got a real stable load from 30 grains to 31 grains, really. And if it gets hot out there Saturday, which I'm sure it will, I think that'd be a good load to run. We'll go with the 31.2, see if we see any signs of pressure on the brass. This barrel is probably a little hotter than it should be for shooting groups. Yeah, a little heavy on the bolt lift. Brass looks fine. Brass looks fine. Got a little heavy on the lift. That looking nice, but doesn't feel nice. Let's see what this 31 grains does. I've shot 31 grains before, I believe, and it didn't group very well. at 100, but let's see what it does at 170 here. That is stiff bolt lift too. The brass looks perfect though, and just a small shine on it, but I just fell out. The third shot on that's outside of the 2. Let's go down and have a peek, and I'll set up this target. All right, the 31.2 or 31.3, can't remember, 31.2 I think it was, and the 31. Got one left, it's the 30.9 I think, or 30.8. We'll shoot it to that. Here's my old gong. The stand is just about had it. Gong's still good. Rebar, a couple of washers. Got a nice rubber holder on there, but it's small. You take this all apart, be easy to transport somewhere if you want to go out shooting or whatever. I may bend these out a little bit. We'll see how it does when shot. Seemed like a fair deal for 40 bucks. A little portable, collapsible target like that. So it came home with me. Happy birthday to me. 30.8. Yeah, that's pretty good. Smack that plate. See if it's AR 500. It did not stand up. It blew apart. There's the 30.8. That was the first 2. That last shot there, that could have been me too. And it's pretty miragey, and I was trying to settle in on my finger on the trigger, and it went bang-o. But as you can see, point of impact very similar. That's what happened to my target when shot. Did not survive. It is AR 500 though, so that's good. Kind of had it in a ditch there. Just too wobbly. May have to bend those out wider. Let's try that. Actually, I just twisted them in and then stuck those legs in the dirt. Let's see if that survives. I want to stick the camera down on the target, but it says my card's almost full, so didn't want to leave it down there and it just quit in the middle of it. Let's see if this target stands. Let's see if this target stays standing. It did, it did. That was the trick, y'all. I had to twist those, get them splayed out a little bit more, and I kind of pushed them in the ground. Oh, one more. This is the 31.2. 109. All right, there you go, folks. The target survived. It's going to be a nice little portable target where I can take out, throw in the back of the truck or the side-by-side. That'll work. And to conclude this load test, you know, I was had too much neck tension on my rounds before, and I was too hot on the charger. So I think I got that figured out. You know, I do not think it was the carbon ring. It was definitely neck tension on those cases and being charged too high. I just shot the same stuff I was doing the other day with no bad signs of pressure. On those higher ones with the 107, it's kind of got a heavy bolt lift. On the higher ones of the 105 load, kind of a heavier bolt lift. I think my objective, I think what I'm going to run for this F-class match is 30.5 or 30.6 of Varget in this 109. I got a ton of 109 LRHTs and 107 Sierras, but it looks to be that the 109 is the ticket with this. I bet I could get that Sierra going too with the same charge weight, like 30.5, somewhere in there. I think that's its node. So mystery solved. Hooray. Till next time, stay safe, stay free, stay strong. say a prayer for this country.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.